Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of your Dan's Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead video for today. This one we're going to be talking about some comments from Scott Gimple. We finally got something from Scott Gimple about The Walking Dead, and actually this is probably the best news we've heard about the original Walking Dead in a long, long time. This one I want to talk about the original Walking Dead television series, of course, but the report of Season 12 possibly being the last season. Scott Gimple actually shared some information about that, and it sounds like from based off of what he said, I'm not going to really confirm or say that he's really said anything, 100%, but it sounds like based off of what Scott Gimple is saying, they really don't have a timetable, quote, they really don't have a timetable in place, and it sounds like we may not even get, we may actually get more than 12 seasons of The Walking Dead. So let's discuss that, let's talk about it, and could The Walking Dead go on for more longer than maybe we even want it to?
You silence the whispers.
So I'm sure for some people, it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, you're probably like Dan said, like if we wanted to, but that's the thing is like I don't think that fans want to see Walking Dead go to a season 20 or a season 30. I mean, maybe I'm gonna let you guys be the ones who decide that. Me personally, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, can the show really go that long without the quality decreasing or the ratings going down or something? Because you have to think about it from, the fan perspective too, and the viewers and the ratings. You have to consider that. So when I'm looking at this interview here from Scott Gimple, and we're going to go over it in a minute, it sounds like to me, Scott Gimple is really looking at The Walking Dead as every year they're just gonna do it. If they see the fan interest is there still after another year of Walking Dead, like every year it looks like they're gonna check on this. Like every year they check. They're like, all right, how many people are watching our show? Okay, all right. So, all right, we got 4 or 5 million views, perhaps. Yeah, let's do another season. Why not? Let's renew it. Let's do another season. It feels like that's what he's saying in this article. So the article comes from Entertainment Weekly. Scott Gimple, pretty much, here's what this is. Here's what this is about. So, Scott Gimple basically saying that there is no timetable for Walking Dead. They are going to go on as long as the fans want them to. That is pretty much what Scott Gimple is saying. Now, here's my opinion on this. We heard a couple, I think about a month, 2 months ago, that Season 12 could be the last season of The Walking Dead. And we know Season 11, that's already guaranteed. We're already going to get a Season 11. I'm more so talking about Season 12 here. We got the report that Season 12 is going to be the last season of Walking Dead, and I was bummed about that. I really was, but I understood it. I was like, okay, a few more years of Walking Dead, that makes sense. Ended on a high note, a few years from now, 2 more years from now, it would be the ending of Walking Dead. I'm like, you know what? Honestly, you'd probably still have quite a few people watching it at that time. But, if the ending of Walking Dead is in, Season 20... I don't think you're even going to get 3 million views at that point, because what show goes on 20 years and still has the same fan base as in your second, third, fourth season? Because that's usually around the time that shows really get talked about, or maybe in the first season, depending on how great the beginning of a series is nowadays. Which nowadays, new series is very rare to be very good. There's so many TV shows out there, in my opinion, that are just, I try them and I'm just like, I don't like this show at all. I just can't get into this. Walking Dead is the one show that, and there are a few other shows as well, Walking Dead, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, Stranger Things, The Plague. There's other TV shows out there as well that, I'm pretty hooked on, I enjoy. But Walking Dead is probably the only TV show for me that I look at it and I'm just like, okay, this is one of those shows that just, you're addicted to it. You love it. It's one of those, I love Walking Dead. I think you guys can probably tell, I love Walking Dead. However, this article by Scott Gimple saying that there's no timetable for Walking Dead, and that basically that him and Angela Kang have discussed this, and that basically they're just playing it by ear. If the fan interest is there, and if there's enough people watching their show, then they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep doing the Walking Dead series, and until they're pretty much waiting at this point. I think, in other words, what Scott Gimple is saying is that there's a boat, right? And, we're waiting for it to sink, and right before it sinks fully, we'll help it, we'll help it sink, we'll help it come down. That's kind of what they're saying. And what Scott Gimple is saying. I can't speak for anybody else, but that's what Scott Gimple is saying. So what are my opinions about this? Do I think that Scott Gimple is right? Do I think it's a good idea that Scott Gimple is like, if we still have enough fans watching by season 12, we're going to do a 13, we're going to do a 14, we're going to do even a 15 and a 16 and whatever. And until people get tired of it, we're going to make it. We're going to make it every year. We're going to renew it. We're going to make another season. We're going to just play it by ear. And I'm sure they have an ending in sight. It sounds like Scott Gimple has an ending for Walking Dead. I'm sure they know what the end result of Walking Dead is. But it seems like it doesn't matter how the story goes. It's one of those endings where it can just happen at whatever time they're ready for it to happen. So, that's kind of what it is. That's kind of what Scott Gimple is saying. So, really, in my opinion, the question is for you guys, do you think that Walking Dead can go past season 12 based off of this article? Do you think that they're going to just go for it? If by season 12 of The Walking Dead, they get a season 12, they're renewed for season 12, and they're not going to say it's the last season. They're going to be renewed for season 12, and they're going to be like, okay, and if people watch season 12, and if season 12 is a big hit, maybe even a little less even than season 10, they might be like, all right, well, that's still a decent amount, let's get a season 13. If by season 13, there's still people watching, and it's enough for them, let's continue. Season 14, season 4, you guys know what I mean. So, it's one of those where I'm just like, I think we can probably relax a little bit with this whole Walking Dead thing. I think that even though season 12 maybe could be a good idea for an ending, I think that's a decent number. If we want more than 12, I think we can get it. Like, I think Scott Gimple is relying on the fans, which Scott Gimple doesn't think about the fans all that often, let's just be honest here. But this is one of those times where Scott Gimple is. He's considering what we think Scott Gimple is, and this is going to be one of the times I stick up for Scott Gimple. It sounds like he actually is giving us the chance that if we are watching the Walking Dead original series, he's gonna be like, all right, let's keep going, let's keep making more seasons, let's keep making more shows, because we can do that, but that depends. The future lies ahead. That's the question. What lies ahead? Walking Dead, right? It's like, I think that right now it's a big question mark. Are people still going to watch The Walking Dead in 5 years from now? 10 years from now? 15 years from now? Look at how much the ratings went down from the beginning of the series to now. Think about another 10 years. Think about another 10. It's like, it's things like this. It's like, there's no way Walking Dead's going to go to a season 30. If I am wrong about this and The Walking Dead gets a season 20, guys, honestly, I'm going to be shocked. I'm really going to be shocked, and I will make a serious apology to you guys. I'm not saying season 20 of The Walking Dead is going to happen. I just don't see that happening. Season 15, it sounds possible, but like that's the end. Because honestly, I don't see Walking Dead going to season 20. I just don't. I don't see that happening. As much as I would want it to, and let me make this clear when I say this, I would love as many seasons as I can of The Walking Dead as long as the quality's good. But if Scott Gimple is saying that it's because of, it depends on how many fans are watching the show per year, and every year they make the decision based off of the fan interest for Walking Dead if they're going to continue it, you're probably not going to get 20 seasons because season 10 is already the lowest rated season of the series. And I don't see it going higher at this point because not only they're losing characters. They've lost Rick, they've lost Maggie, they've lost Michonne. They're not going to, it's not going up at this point. The ratings are just not going to go up at this point. The only way the ratings are going to go down, ironically, is if the show ends, if anything. This is the thing I'm trying to say. It all depends on that. So I'm going to end the video there, guys. I know that maybe for some people, you guys are like, are you happy? Dan, are you happy about this? I am, but at the same time, I'm also trying to kind of think about it in a logical way. Do you really see 10 more years of Walking Dead? Do you see that happening? Do you see 20 more years of Walking Dead somehow, Do you see that happening? That is my question for you guys. And I definitely would like to see an answer from you guys because I really want to see. because am I up for more seasons of Walking Dead? Am I up for 10 years of Walking Dead plus? Of course. Would I love to be sitting here, and I'm 15 now, would I love to be sitting here at the age of 25 and still reviewing a Walking Dead episode? I'd love to, honestly. If the quality's still great, I'd love to. But that's the thing. Think about this realistically. That's my question to you guys. Do you guys think there is enough of an audience, because the ratings are already going down pretty fast right now, to continue it for, 5 to 10 more years? 5 more years of Walking Dead, I think they could stretch it. I do. At this point, with what Scott Gimble's saying, I think they could try that. But I don't think 10 to 15 years of Walking Dead is reasonable. I just don't think so. I think eventually there's going to be a rock in the road. Another Walking Dead title reference. There's going to be a rock in the road, and that's going to be the problem, to be honest. Eventually, there's just going to be a rock in the road, and they're going to kind of wake up and realize it, if I'm being honest. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I'm going to leave it here. I know maybe for some people you guys are going to be like, Dan, are you excited? That type of deal. I am, because I don't want season 12 to be the last season. I think that's maybe a bit too early. But at the same time, let's be realistic at the same time when we're talking about this. That's my only thing. So, anyway, write your comments in the comment section below. Are you excited based off of this news from Scott Gimple, or are you like, this is Scott Gimple, this means nothing? So, because I'm sure there's some people out there that are saying this too. So, yeah, there's that. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new here, click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my Walking Dead videos. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. And, of course, peace out.